Hey guys, this goes in today's video I'm going to talk about AutoCAD move command. If this makes sense to you, I plead with you to hang around till the end of the video because I'll be sharing some of the strategies and techniques that I use to make my work more productive day in and day out. Now, first of all, if today is your first time on this channel, kindly consider subscribing because every week I'm going to release a similar video like this about AutoCAD 2D and 3D and some other designing, modeling and drafting softwares like Tekla Structures, SolidWorks, Start Pro, and then Logitools. Okay, now also do not hesitate to hit that notification bell so that you wouldn't miss any of my upcoming videos. Now, without much ado, let's jump into today's video. Let's assume I have a circle like this. Now, to draw a circle, this is actually the second part of the series that we started that covers the basics of AutoCAD 2D. In the first part, we delved into depth about how to draw some of these basic objects in AutoCAD: circle, rectangle, square, and all of these basic geometries. Okay, we dealt into depth about how to do this in the first part. Okay, so if you haven't watched the first part I highly recommend that you do that as quickly as possible so that we can all be on the same platform. Does that make sense? Okay, now let's continue. Let's say I have a circle of diameter, let's say 100. Okay, and then I have another circle, let's say of diameter 150. Okay, now I have these two circles. Now I want to move this circle to the midpoint, or in other words, I want these two circles to be concentric. If I say concentric, it means the two circles must have the same center line and the same center point. They must have the same center point. Okay, their center point will be coincident. Now to do this, I need to move either this here or this circle here. Now how to do this? Now but before we start this, make sure you check this app. Okay, just come beneath here and then right click. Just here, right click, snap settings, then object snap. Make sure all of these boxes are checked by clicking select all. Okay, select all, and then after that, what does it mean? Now this means that if I'm at the midpoint of a line, AutoCAD will notify me. If I'm at an end point of an object, AutoCAD will notify me. So so if I'm drawing a line perpendicular to another line, AutoCAD will notify me. So if I'm drawing a tangent to a circle and I'm at that tangent point, AutoCAD will notify me. So that is the aid of activating all these ones. So let's say, for instance, let me just make a quick this in. Let's say, for example, the tangent one is disactivated. Let me just make a quick illustration so that you have the importance, so that you realize the importance of this dialog box. Let's say I want to draw a line that is tangent to this circle. Okay, if I pick a line, it will be very difficult for me to figure out that tangent point. Okay, it will be very difficult for me. So but if I activate tangent in this object snap pop-up, okay, let's see what is going to happen now. So when I pick the line command, I want to draw. So you see, AutoCAD will quickly notify me that this line is tangent to the circle at this particular point. This is more accurate. Okay, so that is the importance of those tools over there. Okay, so now let's come back to the main video of the day. Now I want to move either this circle here or this here. Okay, the rationale behind it is just to move objects around in AutoCAD. Okay, so let's assume I want to move this one to here. I want to make sure the two circles are concentric. Okay, now how do I do this? You just select the object, which is a circle in this case, then you click on move. Okay, now when you click on move, before you start moving, AutoCAD will notify you to specify the base point. Now, in other words, the base point is actually a point of reference, something that you can easily relate to whenever you are moving the object to a point of reference. Okay, now in the case of a circle, I think the number one point of reference for a circle is the center point of the circle, which is right here. Okay, which is right here. Now or if you don't want to do that, you can also the other reference point for a circle is the quadrant of the circle. But in our case here, I think the most important the right way is to pick the center point of this circle. So I will just pick it, move it from here, then I will come and I will place it here. Okay, so it means I've moved the circle from one point to the other by using the center point as reference. So before you start moving an object, just think of it a little while, just ponder over it. What is that reference point that I'm going to use? Let's assume, for instance, I have a rectangle like this. let's assume I have a rectangle like this. If I want to move this, I think the reference point, I can use this as a reference point, okay? Or either way, I can also use this as a reference point, any of the corners as reference point, or the center of gravity of the of the object as reference point, okay, to make things a little easier for myself. Now, that is that about the move command. Now, instead of let's say I have the object here, okay, let's say I have this object here. I have the object here. What is happening here? Let me quickly parametric. I don't know where it delete all the constraints. Enter. Let's say I have this here, okay. Now let's come back. Now I want to move this. The shortcut is, you can also leverage the use of your keyboard to make this faster, okay, because basically the left hand side, the left hand is meant for the keyboard, so it's always on the keyboard. So with the aid of M, enter, I always say that enter and spacebar, they play the same role in AutoCAD, so you can quickly activate the move command with the aid of M, enter, or M, spacebar, okay. So the shortcut for move command is M, okay. So that is that. Then M, enter, then I click the base point, then I specify the point that I want to move it to, okay. So that is that. Now let me delete the parametric, delete all the parametric. Now that is it. Let me come back. Okay, to continue, let's assume I want to I have another circle here, for instance. See, enter. Now I want to move this circle, and I want to place this circle at the midpoint between this circle and this circle. In other words, maybe let's say I have a line like this. Let's say I have a line like this. Now this is here. This is here like this. Now I want to place this circle in between this point and this point, this quadrant point of the circle, this point and this point of the circle, these two quadrant point of the various circles, okay. How do I do this? Now if I activate the move command, I will pick the reference point. Now how do I locate the midpoint here? Now the trick is just hit shift, okay, then you right click, then AutoCAD will give you this list of options to choose from. So the convenient way for me in this particular circumstance is a midpoint between 2 points, okay, midpoint between 2 points. So I'll just click midpoint between 2 points. Now I can now click first point, second point. Now AutoCAD has placed the object right in the middle of these 2 points, this point and this point, okay. So that is how we use move command to do some other distance. So after selecting, let's say for instance I want to move this point, maybe from here I want to start moving it 50 maybe 50, let's say from here to here is maybe let's say 50, okay. I want to start moving this object. Oh, what is happening here? I want to start moving it. Let's say I want to move this circle, okay, but I want to do it from starting from this point. I want to move it, let's say from here to here, okay. I want to move the circle from here to here, which is 50 away from, which is 50 units away from this point, okay. Now in order not to waste my time drawing this line, what I'm going to do is I'll select the object, move, M, enter. So I'll specify the center, okay. Now I'll use the same command again. I'll hit shift right click, then I'll come temporary track point, okay. All it does is that, so I want I want it to start from here temporarily, from here maybe 50, okay. Then AutoCAD will place it there, right there, okay. So that is how you use move command in AutoCAD. So if this is something that makes sense to you, just watch out for the next video, because in the next video I'll be talking about how to copy objects in AutoCAD, okay. And that is that. Just hang around, watch out for the next video. Thank you so much for your attention.